Hey there, what's going on, everybody? This is Ron Sneller coming at you, and I just wanted to share a few thoughts real quick that have really been on my mind. And if you're like most people, you are very concerned about what's going on in the country right now. Everything from the political climate to big tech censorship to the mainstream media pushing their narratives. But as far as financially speaking, what is all of these changes and what is the new administration? What's it going to mean for interest rates and for the financial markets and for taxes? So I want to talk about something that is on my heart. And this is actually a preview of a new masterclass that I am putting together called Crashes and Taxes. So the new master class coming up is called Crashes and Taxes. So I wanted to give you a little preview about it. And I want to talk about this sacred cow of the 401k, because the financial news media has been pushing the 401k on the American people for nearly 40 years. But things are a lot different than the 1980s. So this sacred cow, the definition is an idea, custom, or institution that is held, especially unreasonably, but is held to be above criticism. Just like everybody just accepts it as this is the correct thing to do. But is it really? Because the financial news media, they've told us over and over that we should max out our 401k. But most people have no idea what the ramifications of that process really is. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. So my question is this: is the 401k, is it the biggest scam in the financial services industry? So as we go through this topic, this isn't to be construed as specific financial advice. Maybe there's a few scenarios where utilizing a 401k might make some sense. Maybe you get a nice match on your 401k, so you at least take advantage of the match. Or maybe you're on an income level where by earning a little bit more income, it's going to bump you from the 12% bracket to the 22% bracket. And so maybe it makes sense to take a deduction right now. But very, very few cases do I see where putting a lot of money into a 401k makes sense. And why have we been told this over and over and over, that the 401k is the right thing to do? Well, it's because of what I like to call the financial matrix. Now, the financial matrix, I talk about it a lot, but it's very real. The financial matrix is a system of control, financial control. And so what they do is they create a narrative and they spin it, and then they put it on and put it on and push it on the American people to get us to act in ways that profit them first, much more than it's going to benefit us. And just conceptually, does it really make sense that we take a tax deduction right now on this money? And it's a relatively small amount of money every year that we put into the 401k. But as we do that over time, we end up building up this huge account where it's never been taxed. And when we live in a country that's $28 trillion in debt, that's running $1 trillion deficits every year, where Social Security and Medicare, where they're both underfunded to the tune of tens of trillions of dollars. Indeed, they're both projected to become insolvent within the next 10 to 15 years. So where is the government going to get that money? From people who have money, right? But what most people do not understand is that when you contribute to a 401k, you're not saving on taxes. You're just deferring taxes until later. But why in the world would we defer taxes until later when right now we are in a historically low tax environment? And due to our country's debt and fiscal mess, we have no idea what tax rates are going to be in the future. They could be double or triple what they are today. So that's what a lot of people, what they don't understand. So just conceptually, does it make sense to pay tax on the tiny little seed or to pay tax on the entire harvest? Because what I try to get through to clients is you probably should pay a little bit of tax on that tiny little seed, but the government would rather have you pay that much larger tax on the entire harvest. So that's just kind of conceptually, but just visually here. Do you realize that when you contribute to a 401k, that depending on where you live, you could be seventh in line to be paid from your 401k? So to the end of the line, let's take a look at what that looks like. Because when you do retire and when you start taking distributions from your 401k, the first person in line to get paid on that distribution is the Internal Revenue Service, because the first thing that you have to do is pay federal income tax. Secondly, state income tax. If you live in the state of California, I believe it's 13%. In the state of New York, they're talking about, or there's a proposal on the table to raise it to 17%. Thank God here in Michigan, it's only 4.25%, but it seems like we're becoming more and more socialist. So who knows how long it'll stay that low. But number two is state income tax. So we have federal income tax, state income tax, and then there's many cities and municipalities that have a local income tax. I used to work for Quicken Loans, and I worked in Detroit. And when I worked in Detroit, I had to pay a local income tax to the city of Detroit. So if you retire in a place where there's a local income tax, they are number 3 in line to be paid. Who's up number 4? Well, that money then goes into a calculation called the provisional income calculation that determines how much of your Social Security is taxable. And if you withdraw too much money from your 401k, i.e., if you were too successful, then up to 85% of your Social Security benefits can become taxable. And that number, it's not very high. If you end up withdrawing about $30,000 out of a 401k, that's going to get you really close. It's probably going to get you there to where 85% of your Social Security benefits will become taxable. So we've got federal income tax, state income tax, local income tax. Then we have the provisional income calculation for Social Security tax. Number 5 is the Medicare surcharge tax, because when you take that distribution, it goes into a calculation that can cause your Medicare premium to increase. And then finally, number 6 is you, right? Wrong, because we forget that we have to pay the financial advisors. We have to pay the financial institutions. And whether the market is up or down, they're going to get their fees. And I've got no problem with that. I'm an investment advisor. I make fees for the accounts that I manage, but we just need to realize that after all of these different kinds of taxes, you still have to pay advisory fees before finally, number 7 is you. You could be 7th in line to receive money on your 401k distribution. So what does this actually mean in real life? Well, let's say that you are somebody who is very financially disciplined. You are saving and investing for retirement. And let's say that you are one of the lucky few who becomes what they call a 401k millionaire. Now, the financial matrix that we talked about earlier, they would love if you became a 401k millionaire. The IRS, they love the 401k. Wall Street, they love the 401k. And that's why they keep pushing this 401k narrative, because it profits them much more than it's going to benefit you. Here, let's take a look at what I mean. Now, we've been told over and over to max out our 401k. So let's say that you did that for 30 or 40 years. You did it diligently, you invested, and you built up $1 million in your 401k. But you have to remember something. That $1 million, it isn't even yours, because you haven't paid any taxes, any income taxes on that money yet. And under current tax law, only about $600,000 is yours, because close to 40% or almost $400,000 actually belongs to the Internal Revenue Service. $400,000 belongs to the federal government. Now, let me ask you something. Does the Internal Revenue Service, do they take on any of the investment risk on their portion of your 401k? No, you do. You take on all the risk. Now, does the IRS or does the government pay any of the investment fees on their portion of your 401k? No, You do. You pay all the fees as well. You take on all the risk and you pay all the fees. Now, let me ask you this. Your investment advisor and the financial institutions, are they making their fee based on the $600,000 that actually belongs to you? Or are they making their fees on the entire $1 million balance? The entire $1 million. They're making their fees based on the entire $1 million balance, even though half of that money, or almost half of that money, isn't even yours. So aren't they actually using the government's money to significantly inflate their own fees? So don't they actually have a vested interest in getting more money into your 401k, even though at the end of the day, the money really isn't yours to spend? So when they give that advice, isn't there significant bias there? Isn't there a conflict of interest? And yet supposedly this plan is in your best interest? And it gets even worse, because how much money do you actually get to spend every year in retirement? Well, based on recent market volatility and based on the low interest rates, Morningstar partnered with the American College of Financial Services, and they did a study. This was done in 2013 because of this era that we're in of the new normal with significant stock market volatility and low interest rates. Well, based on their research, you know what they found? The safe withdrawal rate is now just 2.8%. You can have $1 million and you can withdraw just 2.8% per year. And that gives you a 90% chance of not running out of money. So let's just round that up and let's just say 3%. So $30,000 annually is how much you can safely withdraw. Now the advisory fee, let's say they're charging you just 1%. So the advisory fee is $10,000 annually. So as a retiree, you have $1 million. And every year you can only receive $30,000. And the advisor, they receive $10,000. You did all the work. You took all the risk. You paid all the taxes. And yet he only needs 2 other clients like you. And now they can equal your standard of living. So my friends, I ask you this. Whose retirement plan really is this? Yours or theirs? And that is why the IRS and Wall Street love your 401k even more than you do. But look, it doesn't have to be that way. We can stop the bleeding. There are many different strategies that you can implement to help you take back control of your money from the big banks, from Wall Street, and from the IRS. So if you would like to talk with me about this, my contact information is on your screen. Feel free to send me an email or give me a call. I'm even going to put my calendar link on this social media post. So if you want to schedule some time on my calendar to chat, we can do that. And if you would like to attend my new masterclass, Crashes and Taxes, just comment on this post or just send me a direct message here on social media. Let me know that you want to attend. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope that it helps. Thanks. Take care.